Hello there. A good while ago I did a video about my Q4 E-Tron showing you how you could watch videos on the MMI screen using a USB. I even managed to include a shot of me watching a video on the MMI screen But that was all done using USB flash drives. There's no way for the Q4 to stream video from any other source. Well, it turns out you can get a device that will let you do just that. So a company called One Car Stereo got in touch with me to ask if I'd like to review their CarPlay AI Box HE. In this video, we're going to look at the unboxing and the setup, and then I'll do a future video with a full review once I've had a bit of time using the device. I'll put a link to the One Car Stereo webpage in the description for this video. Let's start by looking at what it says on the website. So in a nutshell, it's a device which you plug into the wired connection for the CarPlay or Android Auto in your car, and then you can wirelessly connect to the box to give you wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. This particular one also has an HDMI output on it, which lets you send video to the rear screens, although I'm not figured out how I'm going to test that yet because I don't have rear screens. And it's basically a plug and play box. You plug it into your USB and it gives you access to all sorts of different apps. Now, just to be clear, you have to plug it into a wired connection, and it does give you then a wireless connection. And you do have to have a touchscreen to be able to access the apps. As this is an Android device, you can just download apps that you want from Google Play. As I said before, it gives you wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple Carplay, where previously you might not have had it. So, when the parcel arrived, it looked like this. Plenty bubble wrap on it to keep it safe. Bear with me as I try and do this around the camera. Lots and lots of bubble wrap. And some more bubble wrap. There's a box in here somewhere. Once you finally get the bubble wrap out of the way, nice plain simple box, CarPlay AI Box HE. So cellophane wrapped at the moment. There's not a lot of detail on it, other than on one end there is a label with a bit of the spec on it. So 4 gig of RAM and a 64 gigabyte ROM. So moving inside the box itself, you open it up. There's the initial kind of setup instruction sheet. Just nice and simple. Basically it says plug it in, connect it to Bluetooth, and hook it up to your Wi-Fi on your phone. And there's the instruction book. Now, the instruction book contains many different languages, but the instructions themselves are actually pretty brief. Then we get the box itself. So nice black and shiny, wood effect on most of the sides. There's a USB-C on one end, and then on the other end, HDMI output and a normal USB. Also comes with 3 cables. So this one's USB to USB kind of extension-y one. And there's a label on there for explaining what that's for. Also comes with a USB-C to USB-C. And a normal USB to USB-C. And of course, the most important and satisfying thing to do at this stage is the obvious one: peel off the protector. So as I said before, the instruction booklet has lots of different languages in it, but it is pretty brief. So a couple of pages explaining what's what, a couple of pages about getting the basic setup, and one about how to do an upgrade or update on the system. There's not a lot to it though. The gist of it is, put a cable into one end of it, so I've got USB-C to USB-C, and then plug it into your car. So in the Q4 there's this little storage compartment where the USBs and the 12 volt are located underneath the gear selector. There's a perfect little cubby hole to put that in. So USB-C to USB-C is what I've used there. Plugged it in and that's it tucked away nicely underneath. Once it's up on your screen, the first thing you need to do is set up a Bluetooth connection to your phone. So I've already done that here. But it's just like pairing your phone to any other device. So after playing about with a couple of settings, I've now got it so that when I get into the car, it automatically pairs to my phone. So MMI screen will pick up the device. That's the box starting up. Once the box is started up, it automatically looks for the Bluetooth connection to my phone. And then you get the warning message, which I'm just going to ignore for now, but I'll show you a bit more of that later on. And that's it. That's me on Apple Carplay wirelessly through the box. And it works just like you'd expect Apple Carplay to work. With the exception of the little orange button, which I'll come back to, everything works identically to the wireless Apple Carplay that I could use directly on the car. So my map still works the same. I can still go on Google Maps. All the apps look exactly as they do on normal CarPlay if I was to connect my phone directly to the car. There is this additional extra button, which is the button for the box. So that lets me exit CarPlay and go back to the AI box. Once I'm in there, I've got fewer options, but I also have access to all my apps. So Car Auto takes you back to CarPlay or Android Auto, whichever your preferred one is. At this point, I'm going to connect to Wi-Fi now. At the moment, it's detecting the two Wi-Fi that are running from the car, so the ones that are called Audi. It's also picking up my dash cam, which I've previously been playing about with. So maybe I'll try and connect to that. But there we go. If I put my phone hotspot on, I can connect to the Wi-Fi using my phone. So now the box is using my hotspot and my data through my phone to connect to the internet. So I can go back to the main screen, I can go into apps, and I can have a look on the Play Store and check if it's working. And there we go. So I can just start looking for the apps that I want on here. You can move the little orange menu button to wherever you want on the screen. Just press and hold it. If you tap it, it gives you access to it. So depending on what apps you're using, or your personal preference, you might want to move that about. You can use clear tasks to close any apps that are running. So as you'll see, I've been playing about with this a bit. So I've got a few extra apps on there. I've stuck YouTube on, Netflix is on there, Disney Plus, and my FitCam dash cam's on there. Now I did have a little bit of a play about with the FitCam one since it was connected to the Wi-Fi anyway, and it turns out I can watch a live dashcam feed on my screen if I wanted to. I'm not sure why I'd want to, but it's there as a possibility. So to do that, the box is connected to the Wi-Fi that's being run from the dashcam. Going back to the message that I skipped through before, here it is, to give you a bit of time to read it. But the gist of it is, don't muck about on the device while you're driving, which is pretty much common sense. Now, in the Audi and the built-in MMI, when you're watching videos on the USB and you start to move, it will switch off the video. So part of what I'm going to do when I'm testing this is to see if the AI box will do that too. Right, that's what I'm going to do in this video. We've had a look at the unboxing and a quick look at the setup. My plan is to test this in a number of different vehicles with different sizes of screens and see how it performs. And then I'll do a review video in due course with a bit more detail once I get to know the device a bit better. As a quick preview though, I can now check out my own YouTube channel in my car. Because why wouldn't I? Okay, that's all I've got for you in this video. As I said, I'll do a full review in due course. In the meantime, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.